All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to explore a really fascinating way of looking at the world, a philosophical framework that isn't afraid to tackle life's biggest questions. It's called Spiritism, and it's all about the incredible journey of the soul.
Look, we've all been there, right? Staring at the ceiling at 3 a.m. asking these exact questions. They're the great mysteries of being human. And while there are a lot of answers out there, Spiritism offers a path to explore them that's built on reason and observation, basically inviting you to become an investigator of your own existence.
So where does this rational approach even start? Well, the first thing to get your head around is that Spiritism isn't a religion in the way we usually think of one. It's not about dogma. It's presented as a philosophy, even a science, that's grounded in what we can observe.
And this idea of a dual character is absolutely key. Allan Kardec, who codified all these ideas, was really clear from the get-go, this isn't about blind faith. It's the idea that truth unfolds in two ways at once, through a higher inspiration, sure, but also through our own hard work of observing the facts and figuring things out for ourselves.
Okay, so what's the foundational principle? What's the one big idea everything else is built on? It's actually pretty simple, but it changes everything. You are not your body. At your core, you are an immortal spirit.
But wait a minute, you might ask, how can a non-physical spirit interact with a physical world? It's a great question, and Spiritism has a fascinating answer, a concept called the paraspirit. Now, if you've ever looked into theosophy or Eastern philosophies, this might ring a bell. Think of it as a kind of energetic, semi-material body, a bridge, really, that links the pure spirit to our physical form. It's how our thoughts actually become actions.
This gives us this core duality. The body, on one hand, is like a vehicle. It's essential for the journey of life, absolutely, but it's temporary. The spirit, on the other hand, is the driver. That's the real, eternal you, the one who's actually learning and growing from the whole experience.
So, if we're all on this long journey of evolution, we need a place for it to happen, right? In Spiritist thought, if the spirit is the student, then our life here on Earth, well, it's a very specific kind of classroom.
I love this quote from the Spirit Emmanuel. It just nails it. Earth isn't some cosmic punishment or a place of exile. It's a painful and blessed school. It's challenging, for sure, sometimes incredibly painful, but it's an environment perfectly designed for our own growth.
And we move through this school via the cycle of reincarnation, but it's not some kind of endless, repeating loop. Think of it more like advancing through grades. It starts in the spirit world, where we reflect and actually help plan our next life. Then we're born to live it out. And when the body dies, we go back to review everything we learned before getting ready for the next grade.
Now, this is where we hit one of the toughest questions, right? If life is a school that's set up for our own good, why is there so much suffering? Why does it so often feel deeply, deeply unfair?
And Spiritism doesn't just shrug and say, it's a mystery. It tackles this question head-on by laying out a universal moral law that, it says, governs everything.
This is the law of cause and effect. You might hear that and think, oh, that's just karma. And it is similar, but there's a crucial distinction. In spiritualism, this isn't about cosmic punishment or paying off debts. It's framed as a totally natural law of education, like a law of physics for the soul. It's a feedback loop. Every single thing we do and think creates a consequence that comes back to us, not to punish, but to teach. We are, quite literally, the architects of our own lives.
This law, then, shapes the very fabric of our reality. Those talents you were born with, the fears you can't explain, the really difficult people in your life, even physical challenges you might have been born with. From this perspective, none of it is random. It's all part of a curriculum that our own spirit helped design, all aimed at helping us learn and resolve things from our long past. But here's where it gets even more interesting. This earthly school isn't just what we can see, hear, and touch. Spiritism proposes that what our five senses can perceive is just a tiny fraction of the whole picture. The idea is that we're living in two worlds at the same time. There's the physical world we all see, and there's a spirit world that's all around us, unseen but always present. They're not far-off places. They're two interconnected dimensions of the same reality, constantly influencing each other. And the bridge between these two interacting worlds? It's something called mediumship. Now, before your mind goes to spooky movies, Spiritism really tries to demystify this. It's not seen as some supernatural power that only a few people have. It's presented as a natural human faculty, kind of like a sixth sense. We all have it, just to different degrees, and it's simply the organic way communication can happen between the two worlds.
Okay, so let's put the pieces together. We're immortal spirits, we're here in a school called Earth, learning across many lifetimes, governed by cause and effect, and constantly interacting with an unseen world. This all leads to the big million-dollar question, what's the point? What is the end game here? The whole point is moral evolution. It's about learning to develop unconditional love and compassion. It's about realizing that our truest family, our deepest bonds, aren't based on blood, but on spiritual connection, on a shared sympathy and affinity of thought. And to see what that looks like in action, Spiritism points to Jesus as the ultimate guide and model of moral perfection for humanity.
So, when you strip it all away, Spiritism is a profound call to take radical responsibility for your own journey. It reframes every struggle into an opportunity and every choice into a tool for your own evolution. And it leaves us with one last, powerful question to really think about. If every part of your life is a lesson, what is your current existence trying to teach you right now?